Well, the history of Mead wine, it's the oldest alcoholic beverage known to man. It's been around before grapes were cultivated, and it's always been popular here at Pirtle Winery. We've been making it since 1978, 79, right around in there, and we've been making it consistently since then. And it's always been popular with us, but I guess the resurgence is, I guess, due to craft brewery or wineries.
Honey, water, and yeast. So it's the same process that you use to make wine, fermentation process, but rather than the sugar coming from the grapes, the sugar is coming from the honey, which is why it's the oldest beverage. Because before grapes were cultivated, probably what happened was there was a beehive in a tree. The tree fell over and landed in maybe a pond or something, and natural yeast in the air caused the fermentation to happen. So that is sort of where it all began. People figured it out, and they started making mead, for themselves, and then eventually it became sort of a real commercial product. We've been, like as Scott said, we've been making it since 1979. So, and since the beginning, we've really perfected that process. It takes a lot of time really to figure out the best way to make mead.
There's lots of different ways.
There's a lot of different ways to make it. There's a lot of different ingredients, a lot of different varieties and styles of meads, and we've come up with what we think are four great meads. They're major award-winning meads. They've won first place, many first place ribbons and a lot of different gold medals and Mazer Cup medals. So they've had a lot of success with it, and our customers really love it. So what happens is the fermentation process when something is fermented, the sugar is converted into carbon dioxide and alcohol. That's why with the fermentation process you get those bubbles. That's the carbon dioxide portion of the sugar molecules coming off, and what's left behind is alcohol. So when you ferment something, all of the sugar eventually is completely removed, and so that's why you get a dry wine, right? So wines that are completely fermented and unsweetened are dry, which means they have no residual sugar left. And the same thing's true with honey, but we have a sweet dessert-like honey wine that we make, and so we sweeten the honey wine with honey. So there's no sugar involved in the process, it's all honey. So the residual sugar that you will have in our mead is honey.